It got above 40 degrees Fahrenheit today for the first time in over 3 months. I want to celebrate with a really cool hike. I'm going to check out Massachusetts' newest rail trail. It's called the Bay Colony Rail Trail. It's a stretch in a town called Medfield. I guess this railroad operated until 2023, just a few years ago, and they've converted it into a path you can walk, you can bike. I haven't really explored this little nook of Massachusetts. I want to go check this out, maybe see if I can find a place to dwell overnight while I'm there. Charles River, again. It's an interesting drive from Boston to this town, Medfield. You cross the Charles River like 7 or 8 times because it takes such a winding, meandering course. The Charles River goes from the ocean all the way out to Wellesley, then does a 180, goes back to Boston, then does another 180, goes back and oxbows and stuff. Anyway, this is a very pretty community I'm in. Lots of big houses here. I took a wrong turn trying to find this trailhead and I'm suddenly in the middle of a helipad. That's never happened before. I think the trailhead might be this thing right here that is not shoveled out at all. I just had a blast through that wall. Unfortunately, it's all ice on the other side. I'm gonna slip and die. So I'm gonna throw my spikes on, before I hike any of this. One thing I do notice here though, they have left the rails in the trail. They haven't dug them out yet. That's awesome. I wish they did that for all the rail trails that they converted. I find leaving the rails in, they're like antiques, they're a part of history. It's cool to see them running into the woods like this. I've only gone down the trail a short stretch, and the first thing I noticed, there's a little encampment back here. I don't know what this is. It's got graffiti and stuff all over it. Let's see. Cinder blocks. What the hell's all this about? There's an old trailer just abandoned right here in the woods. I'm tempted to get in it, but over here there's some equipment. Looks like old rail line mechanical equipment just left here. This trail is very long and straight. I guess the way a railroad is supposed to be. Doesn't make for a particularly interesting footpath though. I've realized I like rail trails that snake through urban areas where you can see ruins and stuff. I also just realized as I was recording this, I was walking in the wrong direction. Yeah, I recommend using a Gaia GPS app or something. I have gotten lost. The only times I've ever gotten lost, it's on rail trails, funnily enough. What happens is you stop and brake to check your phone or do something. And then you forget which direction you came from because they both look so monotonous and similar. Yeah, there's engines of things I've never heard before in this town I'm walking through right now. It's called Dover. I'm used to shotguns and stuff. This is a little creepier. Also, this path I'm on, it's literally a 2-mile long tunnel. It's like something out of Merry Melodies. Also, there's some old stone hedgerows over here. Those are old property boundary markers back in the 1700s, so this must be a very old area. I'm guessing it was farmland. Well, it looks like this is where the trail officially ends. It's actually crossed off with some lumber ahead. Of course I'm gonna walk it. What the hell makes a footprint like that? It's almost the size of my hand. My attitude about this trail completely changed once I got to a point where I was breaking new ground. It got really wild and beautiful. However, I've come to a point that's very precarious. I'm actually in a swamp. The entire rail bed is in a swamp. And if I post hole between the beams that I'm walking on, I'll go down 2 feet into icy water. So I think this is my cue to turn around, get back to my van. I have been hiking for a couple of miles. Now the railroad does continue pretty wild in the woods. This is clearly not part of the official path. Yeah, I'm walking in the other direction from the parking lot. It's still very much wild. On the rail is all left here. It goes for miles. I was looking at Google Maps. I don't know why they haven't expanded this as part of the official rail trail. I imagine they will soon. I kind of wish they didn't. I'm totally breaking ground here, but I got to a point where there's a big dome over here on my right. It's not on Google Maps, which is kind of strange. I'm thinking it's some kind of wastewater management thing, because over here in the woods, if you can see, there are huge piles of mulch and earth. This up here might be the end of this wild stretch of this railroad. We're coming to a convergence with another set of rails over here on the left that I imagine is still active, I think. Actually, I'm not so sure these other set of tracks are used. Why would they be so overgrown? There's no evidence of anything running over this. There's a ton of abandoned railroad here in Dover, or Medfield, or whatever it is, apparently. I'm all out of food for tonight. I kind of want to do another meal prep. It's so late already. I do have to work early in the morning. I might go to Trader Joe's. I don't know. Yeah, I think I might just drive around, see some of these pretty neighborhoods while I have some Twilight, and think about it. Sorry, what a terrible segue. It's 37 degrees out. It feels like Florida. I was actually driving with my window down there for a while. I am loving this. I know it won't last. It's going to get cold again, but I'll enjoy it at least for 24 hours. It feels so good to be back at a market basket, and I got these pearl onions. I've not cooked with onions in weeks, months maybe, because I haven't been to Market Basket. I just stocked up on so much frozen vegetables. Like, everything here is $1.50, but this is probably like way too much. Oh well. Get the bag right in. I got frozen everything except for the red meat. I bought some steak tips, which is fine. That'll be fun to cook up. I didn't realize how hard it is to find frozen red meat at grocery stores. I had the same problem with Aldi. All they have is like ground beef patties, which I don't find particularly appealing. I also got something on viewer advice. I said last time I was so sick of white rice, mostly because I'm sick of seeing the little grains everywhere whenever I cook with it. I got myself some couscous. I'm gonna have fun cooking with this tonight. I also got another thing, this rice medley. I swear it's like 8 different types of rice, every color of the rainbow in here. That'll be fun to cook with too. This is so much food. This will probably last me like 2 weeks. But I'm gonna try reordering the cooking tonight a little bit. Do it more efficiently since I only have one burner technically. Right now, I need to find where to cook. I have no idea where I am. Holliston or something? That's the last sign I saw. I want to find like an Applebee's type plaza that'll be open late. I've been picking away at this chicken. I bought some tenderloins from the Market Basket. I'm just cooking it up in the big saute pan. I'm using a new seasoning mix. My friend Terry lent it to me. It is cracked pepper garlic by Grill Masters, McCormick. And so far, I'm liking it. It came out great with the chicken. I'm already getting my couscous going, trying that for the first time, cooking it a little differently. I'm taking people's advice. I'm bringing the water to a boil first, and then I'll mix all the couscous in and stir. That's what it says to do in the jar anyway. So I got my second thing of chicken going, and then, oh yeah, as for doing things a little differently, I'm going to try to reuse this to boil some of my vegetables. Use it as a second burner. I don't think the vegetables all have to be sauteed, cooked up like that. I think I can get away with just boiling some of them. That should cut off about an hour of cooking time here. Here's a different camera angle. I think that'll give you a better shot of my operation I have. One way I'm cooking more efficiently tonight, when I take my stuff off the pan, I don't let it cool in the pan. I transfer it to this cutting board right here and let it cool there. That way I can throw stuff right back in the pan, get more stuff cooking, not waste any time. And yes, you can actually boil water with one of these camp stoves. I have proof right here. Now it says to pour in the equal mass of couscous to water. I put in like 3 cups in there, so yeah, I'm eyeballing this, folks. Cut me some slack. I think I'm fine with eyeballing this stuff. And to put the lid right back on and just kind of let it saturate in there. And that's how you cook couscous. I'll find out. It smells really good in here. I'm having a real problem picking away at all the stuff I prepare. I've spoiled my dinner already. That happens. Another way I'm gonna cook more quickly tonight is I'm gonna do less recording. So I think the next time I'll chat with you will be when I'm bagging everything up. I got 9 bags of delicious food out of that, and it was delicious because I picked away at everything that came out of the pan. The couscous is the only thing that did not come out as nice as I would have liked. I think I used too much water or something. It came out more like a porridge. Like, I've had couscous in the past and it was almost like a bread. This was more of a porridge, so I'll have to tweak that a little bit. I ended up throwing some rice in just to floof it up a bit. I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna have a good night's sleep here. And, you know, I didn't record a lot of this because I was checking email and comments and stuff. I got an email from that Orion van company that I want to buy solar panels from. They told me exactly the parts I need to buy. So with that, what I think I'm going to do is just buy 1 panel, understand how the assembly works, and then when I'm confident with it, I'll build the whole rest of my rooftop out. But that's the plan. Thanks for following me on this adventure. I needed a hike outside. I needed to cook. And I like recording something very laid back and low pressure like this. Thanks for watching. Peace out.